Welcome to Monday Night TPK. Hey, welcome back. This is Monday Night TPK. My name is Kyle, and you are listening to a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast. We're also a real play podcast. Thanks for reminding me, Sam. We are currently delving into the Tomb of Annihilation, and around me at the table are 4 very tired, very cold, slightly moist people. We had a bunch of snow today, so it's been a great day. Right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Our first real snowstorm of the season.
True, Michigan.
Yeah, hooray, Michigan. Right?
Mid-November, and we had a snowstorm.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
I was not ready.
It won't be enough to cancel school tomorrow, so whatever.
You think?
Well, probably. Alright, so it has been 3 weeks since we played last.
Sounds about right.
So, while you get to listen to these episodes, every single week, I say you as if we have listeners. For us, it's been a little while since we've done this. So let's do a quick check-in. See if everybody remembers where they were at. Eventually, Sam is going to read her notes, which is great. But, hey, Ryan.
Oh, yes?
Towards the end of the last episode, how was Ruvain feeling about the world?
Who?
Ruvain?
Who's that?
The
character I play.
Elven wizard that you pretend to be sometimes.
How does Ruvain feel about the world?
Or his current circumstances, however you want to interpret this.
I'm trying to remember what actually happened, and
I know, it's great. I'm putting you on the spot.
I think our attempts at subtlety didn't go over too well.
Sorry, I know it was really loud.
Alright, thanks Ryan. Hey Dana, since you're being super obnoxious right now.
I haven't seen obnoxious. No, I remembered where Ricsor was at.
Yeah. Tell me how Ricsor's doing with the world.
It's good. He doesn't have any complaints right now.
No?
No.
Cool.
I don't think so.
He's okay with the way everything's playing out?
I don't know, that lady's a little bit scary. And he doesn't know what to do now. So he's just gonna wait.
The old lady seems scary?
And it's kind of, he's not scared, he's just kind of nervous, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sam, what's Gilly up to these days?
What's Gilly up to? Oh, just her ever cautious, worrying self. Constantly doing risk assessment.
Gilly seems a little anxious sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
So Brielle has been just a little chatterbox the past episode or 2.
Yes.
How's her life going?
Not too bad. Same old.
Same old?
Same old, being stuck in this jungle.
Cool.
She's probably a little frustrated right now with this whole hag debacle, but
You mean the old lady on top of the plateau?
we're going to see what happens when she approaches her.
Awesome. And I suppose on that note, Sam, you want to tell us exactly what happened last week?
Sure, will do.
Fantastic, thank you.
During episode 46, there were no more signs of the monkeys. We discussed that Vorn is loud, and we decided to leave him at the base of the plateau. And we headed toward the plateau and made our climb. Apparently there were some inappropriate jokes because they are inserted here. The view from the plateau is beautiful. Far away we see a rock suspended in the air, and that is approximately 110 miles away. And Gilly saw a shipwreck in the trees extremely far away to the south. We continued up to the top of the plateau, and we came to an old city gate with skulls decorating its entrance. Brielle took the first peek. All buildings were demolished, and the only thing that still remained was a hut in the southwest corner of the city, surrounded by a boulder field. So we snuck into Hagsville. An old lady walked around the hut going about her daily routine, so we saw, and the group discussed a game plan. Ricsor volunteered to be bait, and Ricsor attempted to greet the hag. The hag said that we should all come out and say hi, which is terrifying. Ricsor and the hag had a discussion, and Brielle told Gilly to summon Vorn, so she did, and summoned him to come up to the plateau to join us. Ricsor came back to the group, and we attempted to discuss a course of action, and Brielle started walking towards the hag as we were all just cowering behind a boulder. The end.
Alright, so I think like the literal spot where we stopped last week had Brielle walking up to talk to Nanny Poo Poo. After she kind of called you guys to come and talk to her, essentially. You guys had been trying to whisper behind a boulder, and we're doing actually really bad on your stealth checks and stuff. Mm-hmm. And she was doing really well on her perception checks, just to give you a little bit behind the curtain here. So, yeah. Brielle's walking up to Nanny Poo Poo. To reset the scene, essentially we're on top of a very, very tall, very flat plateau. A completely obliterated city surrounds you. You can see a few base foundations here and there. You can see a few well tops here and there. You know, maybe there's a cistern. But mostly it's just rubble. Big rocks are strewn everywhere, except for her hut. A single lone hut. Kind of the far back corner of this plateau relative to where you came up. And there are all kinds of tables out front of her. Well, a couple tables out front of her hut. There's like a rack for drying skins and a fire pit and things you might need to survive and kind of make your own living. And she is standing behind a table where she was there the whole time she was talking to Ricsor. And she had told you guys that she was working on the intestines of a lizard to kind of get it into a more of a string or leather-like consistency to turn it into a trap,
Snare?
A snare. Thank you, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So we pass now, Dana.
They're just little, the inspiration marker things that,
Cool.
that I was doing before. Thought maybe everyone would like one.
That's the only 20 you're going to roll the whole game, right?
20?
Because you dropped your dice.
No, I dropped it.
Oh.
Sorry. So Brielle is approaching, and again, she is standing behind this table. She has kind of her very, very shriveled face. She's kind of like a great big smile on it. She's kind of looking in your direction. Both of her hands are on top of the table. And she's just kind of watching Brielle approach with these eerily kind of white, milky eyes.
As Brielle's walking towards her, she's gonna kind of spin around and start walking backwards and sign towards Gilly, and say, "I might stir the pot here. Get ready for something."
Gilly will sign
she will say, "Don't say anything out loud.
that.
This bitch can hear everything we're saying."
Gilly will sign our code for oh crap. Do I hear Vorn's footsteps approaching?
You do.
Excellent.
But it's still relatively distant.
Okay.
And you also know he's very loud.
Yeah, okay. But at least I can hear him.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
Vorn, you are certain that Vorn is on his way.
Okay, great. I will cautiously take a couple steps towards the hag's hut, but keeping a good pace away from Brielle too.
Okay, so you are firmly out in the open.
Yes.
For just a moment, you can see Nanny Poo Poo kind of like turn, look in your direction, kind of around Brielle. She doesn't say anything to you directly, but enough to make it clear that she's aware of you.
Great.
What are we doing? Are we going back up there? Should I stand up? Stay here? Ricsor stands up.
Nanny just smiles.
Good spot, Ricsor. Right there. It's good.
Okay.
For now, it's good.
Okay.
Good spot.
Just keep on standing there.
Cool.
So Brielle approaches.
Sure.
Does she have any reaction? Does she say anything?
Oh, man. I haven't had to do this voice in 3 weeks.
I know, I've been thinking about Brielle's voice, and I'm like, I don't even remember what it was really,
Man, I
other
thought
than gravelly.
that you were going to listen to the recording.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
You don't remember still?
Oh, Brielle! Am I close, Dana?
Yeah, there you go. You got it there.
Okay. Oh, Brielle! So nice of you to come. I don't get many visitors up here.
As she approaches, Brielle will cast thaumaturgy on herself,
Sure.
and so that she can talk,
Sure.
and she will slam her hands on the table that she's behind.
She kind of like jumps back a little bit, startled, and takes a step back.
And
Oh my!
she gets the very serious face, and she goes, no, I've got to think about my voice. I hear that that's not quite true.
What? And she kind of like puts her hands across her chest, like, like, what? What is not true, Brielle?
We hear that you have many visitors, or you at least go out and find some people. There are some severe rumors about you.
I suppose it is fair to say that some people do seek me out for skills that I possess, but not very often.
And does she have just things like on this table? You said she was doing the thing with the lizard or whatever.
Yeah.
Is she like cooking a meal or anything anywhere? Can I smell?
Yeah, so there's definitely, like smoke coming out of like a hole in the roof of her hut. It has a very pungent odor, but you don't see anything being cooked outside.
I recall, and I don't remember if this was something we joked about or if something you actually said, that she invited us to dinner, right?
She did invite you.
Okay, she did. I couldn't remember if we joked about that or if you actually said that. She leans in. She kind of leans over the table a little bit, and she says, "So what's for dinner?"
So she gets this wide, I would say toothy grin, but when she opens her mouth to grin, you see only a couple teeth in there.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, I got this lovely axe beak just last night. It has been marinating all evening. You can come inside and take a look if you don't believe me."
Found the mom.
I would like to insight check her.
Alright, cool.
Obviously. That's not bad. What's my insight? 18?
So close. 17. She probably isn't being very truthful to you right now.
How far away was it when we saw that other axe beak? That was days ago, wasn't it? The baby axe beak?
Yes, that was back at the...
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be... Yeah, that was
Yeah, the
days
one
ago.
Ricsor wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I saw an axe beak not too long ago. Is this an adult-sized axe beak that you're...
Oh, yes. A baby juvenile would not feed all of us.
But you weren't intending to feed all of us.
Dana?
How well can Ricsor hear what is being said?
Reasonably
Or
well.
at least by the old lady.
Reasonably well.
Okay. So not like super loud yelling, but Ricsor's just gonna be like, "Yeah, I like food. So does Gilly."
Gilly tries to hide like the no look on her face.
But you weren't intending to feed all of us. You would only be making food for yourself.
Your friend Ricsor, he agreed to help me out with a great task. I would gladly share what I have for people who are willing to help me.
The Terra folk.
The terror folk, yes.
Yeah, he said that you have a beef with them.
I mean, I haven't had beef in a very long time.
Did Ricsor actually agree, though? I don't remember.
I don't think he did.
I don't think so either. Okay.
I think he like backed up and was like, I gotta
Yeah.
go ask somebody.
Gotta go ask an adult.
What's your actual issue with these Terra folk?
They murdered most of the village. They terrorize me on a regular basis.
Insight
Constantly
check
dropping
again.
boulders on me and rocks.
22 insight check when she says that they destroyed the city.
Alright, so she's definitely lying about that. 100%.
Interesting. I understand that they can be pests, but I've never heard of them destroying a town or anything like that.
Oh, the terror folk are vicious creatures. They are most cold-hearted.
I mean, I know they're probably cold-blooded, but I doubt they're cold-hearted. We know a few things about Terra folk around here, and we've never heard of them doing anything like this. I make a gesture back towards Gilly behind my back, like this, simplifying that I'm stirring the pot right now.
She will, I guess, kind of shrug and say, if you are not willing to help me, I'm losing her voice. If you are not willing to help me, then I suppose you are not useful in that regard at all.
We're not going to help you if we don't have legitimate reason to help you. I believe you're lying about them destroying the city. And if you're lying about them destroying the city, then maybe the rumors that we've heard about you are true.
Oh my, what other rumors have you heard?
That you eat people, that you're probably the one that took out the city by manipulating your way into it.
What horrible things to say.
We've heard that you're a hag.
A hag? Yes, Sam?
Bless.
What are you blessing?
Brielle and Ravane and Ricsor.
That's a D4.
Yep. D4 to the attack roll or saving throw.
She has this just hurt, almost heartbroken look on her face for just a few moments. And
How much of that is real? Insight check. Oh, that's bad. That's only like an 8.
It's very real.
It's real.
It's very real.
Yeah, I was going to say, she probably rolls better on me than me on that one.
So this hurt, kind of saddened look lasts really for just a few moments before she just gives you this just wide smile, this almost predatory smile.
Yep, there it is.
And she will just say to you, she kind of looks off to the side. So if you're like kind of facing her with Gilly and everyone behind you, she kind of looks off to her right. My love, please help me deal with these interlopers. And she disappears.
Oh,
Roll
crap.
initiative.
That's pretty good.
Oh. Braggle Rock. Oh.
Bless doesn't give you a d4 to checks, right? Just attack rolls and saving throws?
Correct.
Okay.
Alright, guys. So you rolled me initiative. Who got 20 or higher? Cool.
Nope.
15 to 20?
I got an 18.
18 with Brielle. Let's see here. 10 to 15.
11.
I'll be right back.
Wow. 11 is going to be... 11 is going to be... What's your name, Ricsor?
Yep.
Alright. 5 to 10. What you got, Sam?
8.
Ryan?
6.
Wow. Cool. So with an 8, there's going to be Gilly.
Oof, you only got an 8.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And a 6 is going to be Ruvain. Sweet. For all intents and purposes, you can consider Poo-Poo turning invisible or disappearing. To be your action.
Shoot, what is that? There's the movie Envy with Jack Black. Has anybody seen that?
What movie?
Envy?
I think I've seen it forever ago. It's old, right?
Yeah, like he gets like rich because of the spray that makes poop disappear, but I can't remember.
Invisible?
No, it's not.
I feel like I can know what you're talking about.
Right, yeah. So that's what happened.
That's the joke.
Yes, that's the
I
joke.
can't think of the name, but that's the joke.
Right.
I love it. Brielle, what you doing? So this old lady just disappeared after asking her love to deal with you.
Do we see anybody else?
Give me a perception check.
Oof, no, that's not good.
No, you don't see anybody else.
That's only a total of 9.
No, you don't see anybody else.
Let me think here real quick.
I forgot to have Iku roll initiative. I always do that.
So, Brielle's background, she's dealt with probably a decent amount of magic users. She's just going to flip the table right where she was standing at.
Okay.
I'm just going to take the table and flip it right where she was standing and make sure it doesn't hit somebody.
It doesn't hit anybody.
Doesn't hit anybody. I guess she's going to back up and draw her bow and arrow and get ready for something to make a move.
Okay.
It's a hold action, I guess. For something to show up. I'm going to hold... Well, I'm going to cast... Bonus action, I guess. I will cast Ensnaring Strike on my bow.
Okay.
And then for her action, she will just hold and prepare for something to show up.
What is the trigger? Something. If something.
If
an enemy-
something appears, an enemy appears, she'll shoot an arrow.
Okay.
So she'll reach down in the ground, and then you'll see vines flow up through her hand, and then into her arrow, and then she'll notch it and get ready.
Okay.
Like vines and thorns.
Alright, so you guys, kind of who have backed up, could definitely be able to tell that the woman disappeared, and that Brielle is, like, got her arrow notched and is kind of like, eyes kind of tracking. Ricsor, what you doing, buddy?
He was told to stand here. So, he's gonna hold his action.
As in just skip your turn? Or
No, ready in action.
What do you want ready? You gotta give me...
Probably to move and potentially attack. Whenever somebody else in the party makes a move, I guess, essentially.
Well, I'll let you
That would be holding your turn.
Yeah.
Holding your turn, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you want to move and do an action, you have to hold your turn.
Yeah, that would be what I was going to say.
Okay.
So you're going to be ready to, totally reset yourself in initiative. Okay,
Sure.
Cool. Hey, Gilly.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?
Gilly is going to be kind of scouting around. Can I roll a perception to see if I see any movement, anybody?
Absolutely.
Oh, well. Low
Yeah,
numbers
roll
equals
crap.
bad result. I guess Gilly's just going to be kind of scanning, looking for trouble. And will hold a sacred flame for the first enemy that appears.
Neat. You guys can very clearly hear and feel the ground shaking. Kind of, if you're facing the cabin, or her hut rather, kind of off to the left and behind it a little bit. And you can hear, it just sounds like rocks moving, and you can, your feet have just the slightest tremble at your feet.
Shit.
And now it's Ruvain's turn.
So don't see anything. You can hear and feel this trembling.
Correct.
Okay. There's not really much I can do that wouldn't be a complete waste of resources at this moment in time. So I'm still behind that rock that you've been powwowing with. I guess I want to attempt to maybe remain out of sight, like get further out of sight using it,
Sure, how do you want to do that?
like ducking.
Give me a stealth check.
Just pick up the boulder and walk with it. It's fine.
They'll never know.
Okay, still check.
Ricsor might be able to do it.
Hey, all right. 19.
Cool. As far as you're aware, nobody can see you. Cool. Alright, so Ryan thinks he's hidden. Iku is going to very calmly kind of point off to the side. My friends, she went around back. And Iku is going to kind of start walking kind of wide, just kind of out to the side, or to a little bit further. She'll spend her whole movement to kind of go off a little bit further away from you guys, so she can get a different angle on the hut. And she's going to kind of squint a little bit. She is kneeling down, and she has her hands on the ground. I don't know what she is doing. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what my exact wording was. I say that I was going to until somebody else does something, or until they attack. I don't remember what
You
you
said
said.
I think
Until
if you
somebody
hold
makes a
your,
move.
I think if you hold your turn, you can drop in whenever you want.
Okay.
Officially, there's no 5e rule for that, but that's what I usually let people
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
So yeah,
like
now would be a
to
good time
now.
if you want to.
Oh, yeah, sure. If you want to maybe...
You're just now in that part of initiative,
fine,
not where
yeah.
you were at before.
So how far away is Ricsor from the hut?
I don't think I ever really specified. Let's say...
I think
Under
I
40
would
feet?
want to say we were closer than that. I think we were like 15 or 20.
you
Like
were-
the
You were
rock?
at least 30 to 40, I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
let's say
mean,
you're
even then.
40 feet away.
Okay. And then, okay. So, for aggressive, can move up to speed towards an enemy. Ricsor has a general idea of where she is, and she's obviously the enemy now. So, can I use that?
I can't remember if that specifies if you have to see it or not. Because I'm playing an awful orc in Brian's game too.
I'll let you have it.
Okay. So I'm going to run up there because I can go like 60 feet. So, and then.
So you can basically like use your feature to just move clear the heck around behind.
It allows you to move your speed closer to the enemy, and it doesn't take away from your movement.
Right.
So then she can also use her action if she wants to dash another 60. So she can move 90 feet.
Sorry. Yeah, so, I mean, as my bonus action, I'll use that, which ends up moving me 30 feet, and then the rest of whatever for some of my movement. And then, I think Ricsor's gonna feel a tiny bit bad, so he's gonna use his quarterstaff to hit her.
I was gonna say, you can't see her.
She's all the way around the house.
No, even...
She's invisible.
And she's invisible.
Yeah.
Oh,
Once
okay.
Ricsor gets around there, Ricsor doesn't see anything. Sorry, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Is there
Iku can see her somehow, but we can't.
Right. See, I don't know, I was thinking that maybe it was just like a quick, she moved there, isn't necessarily still invisible.
If she's using greater invisibility, she can do whatever she wants. If she's using regular invisibility, we make her do any action she's coming out of it.
Is there a spot on the ground that has like a crack or is like broken earth, a disturbed earth?
Sure, so here's what I'll let you do. So you're kind of doing this thing of the mind anyway. Because like taking the time to really scan the mostly bare earth is going to take you a couple seconds to think about. I'll let you have moved up to just behind the hut. So not like past it. It's like you're just at the hut basically, up to the back of it, and then take a time to search. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
All right, give me a perception check.
20 on the die.
Cool.
For 24, sorry.
Nice.
You see behind the hut, really it's probably about 25 feet behind the hut, there is and I think Ricsor recognizes this as being a grave mound of loose stone.
Okay.
Or small stones rather.
A cairn.
There's no.
Yes, that was weird.
Yeah, there's no headstone there, or any markers. But the stones on this grave site are starting to like shift and slide.
Shit, guys. I think this thing's dead and it's coming out. Yeah.
Oh no.
But there's no evidence of a spot where she might be standing and doing whatever with her hands on the earth.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Once you've moved to where you are, though, Iku will kind of call out to you and tell you that Ricsor, she is about 5 feet to the side of that pile of stones.
Which side?
To the left.
Okay. After all of this, would I still be able to attack if I would like? Or no?
I think, technically speaking, doing the searching
And that's why I'm asking,
counts,
just to make
so
sure.
You've moved pretty far and you've been able to get up this close.
So
Okay, sure.
Did you use your action to get that far? Your
No.
dash action?
So, no, I used my bonus action.
You used
And part of
the
my
aggressive
movement.
move,
Yeah.
and then the other 30 to get 60.
I mean, I only had to
60
get like 40 feet.
But she's around behind the house.
Right. So I guess this is where
I
the
mean-
problem theater of the mind comes
Yeah.
in.
Right.
And that's why I told you.
I
The movement you had, plus using basically an action to look.
Okay, I have 20 feet of movement still.
Okay.
How far away did you say
25 feet.
Okay, so I would like to move to be... I'd move 20 feet closer to it.
Yeah, 100%. So you're, 5 feet away from the headstone or the grave?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Got that figured out. Now it is Brielle.
Okay. How far would I have to move to round around the hut?
To get to where?
To get, maybe not as close as Ricsor is, but at least get around where I can see where she's supposedly
Probably
at.
20 feet of movement to kind of get
Okay.
to back and around.
Okay.
Because you were standing right in front of it. And
Yeah,
there's, like, stuff around both sides.
Yeah. That's why I was just making sure that I didn't have to move further. So she'll move around that 20 feet. And she could probably hear Iku talking and pointing. I would like to look in that general area. And being, with my background having some tracking, I would like to look for possibly exactly where she's sitting at.
Okay.
Because there's going to be footprints, there's going to be, the ground's going to be shifted.
I mean, that's what I was thinking with my natural 20, but...
And that's what I gave you.
Yeah.
Like, if there's footprints or any spot that's disturbed from her specifically?
No. Even with your 20. Like, it's
Okay.
very, very hard to factor.
Then I didn't notice it.
Yeah, you're not seeing the footprints or anything either.
But, so I guess she would gesture at Iku, because I don't want to waste the bonus action for casting a spell for Thaumaturgy. She'll gesture to Iku to kind of point her in the right direction on where she's supposed to be at.
To the left, about 5
Yeah.
feet of the
Okay, she's going to take a shot. I don't have another set dice, so I'll just roll this one twice. Disadvantage because she's invisible?
Yep.
Oof. That's gross. I miss.
Okay, yeah.
I rolled an 11 and a 5, so I doubt 5 plus... What's my bow? 6, so 11. I doubt an 11's going to hit.
It will not. Alright, awesome.
But the good thing about my spell is it doesn't go off until I hit, so
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So
I don't waste it.
as you basically like fire off an arrow and miss, she basically appears right in front of
Right in front of Ricsor.
Ricsor.
Okay.
And she's standing up at Ricsor, like looking up at Ricsor. Just snarl across her face. She's gonna say to him, "You horrible beast! No one has ever loved you, and they never will." Give me a wisdom save.
Vicious mockery?
Hey, I'm actually decent-ish at wisdom. Not my best, but not my worst. Got a 10.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good enough. If I can find my die. You take 7 points of psychic damage, and you have disadvantage on the next attack roll you make before the end of your next turn, as you are filled with self-doubt and begin to wonder, just maybe nobody does love you.
It's not anybody that's alive.
Oh, snap. Alright, cool. I guess that's all she can do right now. Gilly, what you doing?
Gilly will approach the hut,
Okay,
taking 25 feet of movement.
okay.
Does that get me up to where I can see the hag or not?
If you're walking straight towards the hut, probably not, because this is all kind of happening like directly behind it relative to where you guys started.
Yeah, I would do the whole approach like how Iku did around the side,
Okay,
and
yes.
Brielle went around the side. I would follow the
Sorry.
pattern.
In that case, yes, absolutely, you can do that.
Excellent. Well, now that I can see her, remember that one time I saved that sacred flame?
Well, it's now your turn anyway.
Yeah. So we're gonna try that. Dexterity saving throw, please.
That'll be probably a miss with an 8.
Oh well, delightful.
Oh, wait a
for
second.
me.
Sorry, that's a magical attack, isn't it?
Sure.
Of
Yeah.
course it is.
She probably has advantage.
Oh,
on
wait.
those.
No, that's not her. I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, no, she does.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay. Well, she's just gonna feel the nice little burn of 2 radiant damage.
2 radiant damage?
Sin.
Yeah. Just a little sting. Just a little
It's like a little sunburn.
Yeah.
Hey, that makes the math really easy too on my end.
Sparkles. So like.
Alright, so she kind of like looks over at Gilly and kind of hisses a little bit as kind of this flash of holy fire kind of like burns across her for just a moment. And she's looking right at Gilly. Your friends are all going to die. And she puts a hand out towards this moving pile of rock, and a body just bursts up into a standing position, kind of all in one, just very quick movement. And you can see it's a man, completely nude from top to bottom, but he's, I don't know, parts of him kind of slump weird at different angles, and his hips don't quite sit level. If you look at him close, especially Brielle and Ricsor can see his guy very close, like his pieces and bits just seem to be not all matching in terms of length and coloring, and there's like a fine stitching kind of like all across his chest and in all of the joints. And he kind of like looks forward, and his face is just totally neutral, but his jaw is kind of hangs heavy a little bit and crooked off to one side. You hear, especially Ricsor again and Gil and Brielle. The rest of you guys probably wouldn't hear this. Just hoarse, just kind of like raw air escaping his lungs. It's just.
Mickey?
And he turns. He used.
I just had to hold his business visual at first.
Yep.
Dana, did we decide that you're right next to the egg or 5 feet away? Or is it
I'm 5 feet away from the thing that just burst out of the ground, and right next to the heck. So I'm guessing she's in between us.
She's off to the side.
Okay, so it's like 5 feet in between Ricsor and the dead thing, and then she's like to Rixor's left, right?
Yes, Ricsor's left.
Okay.
This thing is going to kind of like take a half step forward, and it's going to just like, and it seems like move its entire body to move its back hand and just like slam a forearm against Ricsor. Let's see here. That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Sorry, I just want to make sure that we're both saying the same thing. There's 5 feet in between them, right? Or are they right next to each other?
They are adjacent.
Oh, okay. See, I thought that it was that there was 5 feet in between them, which is it's fine that it's not, but I just want to make sure
They are
we
adjacent.
understand. Okay. And that hits, by the way.
Yeah, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. With my I don't remember what it's called thing
Yeah,
that I've got.
another thing.
I get to reduce 3. Like I get to negate 3 of
Oh,
it.
that's right, your armor feat thing, right?
Yeah.
Cool, he's going to do it again.
Okay.
However, this time, a total of 10 is probably going to miss.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, Vane. I don't know if you can really see what's happening.
I was going to ask, can I see anybody?
No, you're hiding very thoroughly behind this rock.
Then I hear like this.
Yeah, you can hear things
Alright.
very clearly.
I would like to try to get closer, at least to the point where I can see what's going on.
Oh, it wouldn't take a whole lot.
All right, cool. Okay. I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Enlarge Person. Ricsor. Orc Smash.
Best thing ever.
You are now a large-sized creature. Your attacks do an additional d4, and you have advantage on strength checks.
Sorry, that's an extra d4 to damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then advantage on saves. On strength.
On strength checks. So, like, if you,
Yeah.
decide to grab something and throw it off the plateau.
Right.
Oh,
Oh, man. How... So...
Goodbye.
So I know with 5e it's different than with 3.5, but so with a powerful build, would
It does not.
it wouldn't affect like how
No.
far I can
Powerful
throw
build
something?
is for carrying or pushing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sucks. Is it
Cool.
Ricsor's turn?
No.
Oh, okay. That's you were
I
looking
think
at
you're at
me,
the end now.
so I was.
That will,
that's why.
that will conclude my turn.
All right, cool.
I should mark off that spell.
Iku. So Iku's eyes like will get wide. Like, oh my. Her.
Now Nanny Poo Poo's really looking up there. Ricsor.
Yeah, she's gonna do this.
Is it twice the size?
Moves faster than you guys have ever seen her move before. I hope I wrote this down right. She just kind of like takes a jump in the direction of these creatures, and just all in the space of a 6-second or move action, you don't see her feet really touch the ground as she rockets herself towards the creature that just came out of the ground.
Fuck is she?
And
I've been so tempted to like look it up and see what she is because I want to know, but I don't want to spoil myself.
she will say,
An angel.
But she didn't go wings,
uh,
and I don't think the fire one can do that.
and
Because that's what I've been saying that she's.
she has her quarterstaff or her walking stick essentially, and she kind of like flies at this thing and just gives it a good solid hit. And I think totally gonna hit
Think
on
about
that.
that. I was saying Asmir, but what if she's a
Decent.
legit angel?
So she doesn't do a lot of damage to it, but she definitely like stops it in its tracks, and it seems to hurt it. You can see kind of like you can hear a little cracking of ribs.
Nice.
All I can hear is like intense anime music playing now.
Unfortunately, we don't have the copyrights for any of that stuff. Like that.
Right.
All right, that was Iku. Hey, Ricsor, you are now up next, and Iku is just now right beside you.
Okay. So how tall was this unnamed thing coming out of the ground?
He is a solid, probably 6'8", 7 foot.
Yay! Just, I don't know, I wanted to have that visual in my head of Ricsor being like almost 15 feet tall.
10 feet tall.
Twice your height.
Twice your height. Yeah.
I guess
7'2".
you're still considered a
He's
large
about
creature.
12
You're-
or 13.
Yeah, so it's like 14 and 2 inches. I'm 4 inches,
So you're,
technically, but
you're
still.
towering over this
Yes!
scene.
It's so great. Alright, guys, I've got ugly. You deal with vaporize. And then attack. that's what it's called.
I got it.
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So plus my D4, my battle axe, just swing. That's gonna be 14.
To hit?
Yep.
Oh, it's a hit.
Okay. And then I also shoot. I am using Fighting Spirit as a bonus action, which gives me advantage on weapon attacks until the end of my turn in order to negate that disadvantage she put on me.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I get 5 temporary hit points.
Cool.
Yeah. I had that all in my head and then I forgot to say it. Okay. Sorry, damage then. that is going to be 11 points of slashing damage.
So, Ryan, I need to address this to the person who made you big. Just to clarify, the extra damage she is doing is because of her increased size.
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Right.
Okay. Ricsor, you are feeling so great about this swing.
Mm-hmm.
And you hit him, like, right in the neck. And you feel like your axe doesn't cut at all.
That's what I thought.
It is Mickey.
Yeah. That's what sucks. When he said it was stitched and everything, it's a flesh golem.
I mean, yeah, I know that's what it's called. I don't know anything about
Flesh
the
golems
information.
cannot be hurt by mundane weaponry.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
Period. Matt knows this. None of us know this in
Right.
character. But just to tell you guys, that's why he's making that face right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm sorry, but...
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I've used flesh golems a couple times. They're nasty. They're low, like, CR, but if you don't have a magic weapon or magic...
Do you guys have magic?
We do. I'm just saying, if you don't, it's really hard to fight one.
So Ricsor is like super pumped about being gigantic and very frustrated that his amazing swing did nothing. So being pissed off, going to... Well, okay, I guess with Rix, just because Ricsor has a decent wisdom, would he have, and with like being a mercenary and fighting and stuff like that, would he have any idea of like, oh shit, maybe this didn't do something because it's magical? Or no?
What is your wisdom modifier?
It's a +2.
I'm leaning heavily towards no, unless you can sell it to me to make an ability check to find out.
I mean, with him being like a mercenaries loose, I guess, but it's like he was a guard a lot for caravans and stuff, but also in his background there's a little criminal history, and the things that he was stealing were kind of powerful. So maybe he had some type of encounters or learned some information about magic beings then.
Give me an Arcana check. I know that's intelligence based, not wisdom, but that's. I'll let you roll.
Arcana. So it's gonna be a 17.
Yeah, that's totally high enough for you to have an idea that there's probably something magic happening here that's keeping you from being able to hurt him.
Okay.
You may probably, I don't know, it seems rare or unlikely that you've encountered an actual flesh golem before.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't mean that.
But other foes in your life, your past that have been protected by magics, you get the sense that this probably is something similar.
Okay. So, Ricsor's pissed.
Yeah, got that.
Yep. He's gonna grab something out of his pack, and he's gonna throw it right at the flesh golem's head, hoping to like knock him out or something. And it is a big potato, so I don't know how much damage that will do.
I got that part.
Okay.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I need you to make.
And remember, this is a magical, necromantic big potato.
Crap. Did I legit tell you that?
You legit did.
Yes.
And it is
damn it.
written
Yes.
down.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm pretty sure I'm almost certain you're correct. Give me a dexterity-based attack roll.
Okay.
This is an improvised weapon, technically speaking. So should you even be able to don't add your proficiency.
Okay.
but give me your dexterity to add to the roll.
Okay, and I still get to use my...
Ryan thinks it should be strength.
Yeah, most throwings are
Throwing
strength.
is strength, yeah.
Finesse ones are dexterity.
That makes
Throwing
sense
X,
to me.
strength, dagger, finesse.
Yeah,
And if
my
you-
dagger is
If you were
strength-based.
going to throw a bottle of Alchemist's Fire, would you use strength or dex?
Strength.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're selling to me.
Sweet, but still not my proficiency bonus since
Correct.
it's improvised. Okay. $13.
What did I say the reading was on this? Necromancy?
Yeah, necromantic. It's not gonna do anything, is it? Because he's just a flesh golem.
Well, the problem is that it's a flesh column. The problem is it's a construct. You know what, Dana? Roll me a d4. 2. It, for the most part, just kind of bounces off his face. But
The visual.
it like you can hear it like hit hard enough, which is weird for how soft a potato is.
No, it's not baked.
It's you definitely hear like a cracking sound in his jaw a little bit.
Yes. Cool.
And I'm taking 2 hit points off of his total.
Even though I have a plus 1d4 attack, can it be 3 hit points? And not attack, sorry, on damage.
1d4 to
Yeah.
all attacks.
Yeah.
Taking 3 points off of the total.
Thanks. Yeah, because I have a plus a d4 for attacks and damage.
Sure, no, gotcha. That's fair.
Thanks.
That's fair.
I'm
that
guessing
potato
I'm,
just did more damage than your axe did.
yeah. I'm guessing though, like, did the potato fall where like I can't just reach it from my spot?
It's like bounce back into your like right feet.
Yes. Can I pick it up this turn?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Now
you for
that-
dealing.
The visual I
with
have.
me. I
Just
know.
Chuck, and then this flat-faced, dead-eyed stare at Ricsor is like, funk, funk, and it's just staring at you, and then it snaps his jaw back.
Alright, so on that note, with that bit of ridiculousness, folks, I feel like we're going to have to end this episode. And here's where you stand. Many of you at least are standing behind Nanny Poo Poo's hut, in front of a shallow grave. There is a large, well, medium-sized, but large, stitched-together man next to Nanny. Iku seems to be very concerned about this, and Iku moved very, very quickly to kind of help intervene between this situation. Nanny is cackling. Ruvain and Gilly are a little bit further away, but shooting off their fireworks.
Hey, that's all for tonight. Thanks for listening. If you want to get to know us better, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Monday Night TPK. You can also find Monday Night TPK at Above the Table Games on YouTube. Please don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. It really helps us out. Thanks for listening, and we'll always save a seat at the table for you.
Would you like to build a snowman?